Oh, look at this. They're like the opposite of roaches when you turn on the lights. Scattering, conjugating. Yo, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having a good day. You know, I finally made it to the end game, and I gotta say, it's not what I thought it would be like. Especially the rewards. Every time I open a loot pod, it has me like, but initially I have to say, I didn't think that they would throw that many enemies at me, but damn, I was wrong. Right off the bat, I noticed the number of enemies ramped up by like 300%, and I'm not going to lie, I like that. Give me a big group of enemies and I'll happily spend hours mowing them down. And you know, after the last patch, survivability went out the window. It's so bad, you know. My girlfriend left me. Now I'm stuck with 2 mortgages, 4 houses I don't even own while paying off student debt. But you know, after all that, I thought to myself, all right, let me go fix out my build. So first off, I added stigma to help me get some health back. Then I added this Pyromancer mod that gives me more armor for killing enemies marked by a Pyromancer, and reset my skills tree for more damage. So after setting up everything, went into my first CT5 mission. I know that doesn't sound like a difficult mission, but for me, in my past build, that would have been nearly impossible for a fact. You know, I went into a mission and I had to choose a map. Do you know what map I chose? The best map in the game, Boomtown, because you know, it's the only map that really stood out to me so far. It has to be my favorite map, hands down. Plus, it kind of reminds me of Borderlands in some ways, but you know, it's really hard to put my finger on it to like kind of understand why. All right, moving past all that, let's talk about the enemies. All of the tropes and things that angered me and put me into a blind rage is amplified because of the end game. All of those elite enemies that really show up start to really spawn as if they were normal mobs, which I like, but at the same time I don't. Those units spawning regularly vastly increases the difficulty of the end game versus the story mode, and I find that to be really fun. And I noticed that I couldn't really go brain dead and kill all the enemies on screen. I had to really take into account what enemies were around me and focus certain ones. One thing that I would love Outriders to do is to copy the elite spawning sound for remnants. You know, that little chime for when an elite enemy spawns? Yeah, that should be added, but they should put their own take on it, so that when elites spawn, you'll have that atmosphere of fear and suspense of like, oh, which one spawned? Is it a brood mother? Is it alpha perforos? I don't know how to say that, but if either one of those spawns or the crawling enemy that shoots lasers, you'll be kind of fearful and you got to watch out, and at the same time it'll put the player into a mode of, all right, we got to find which one spawned. But when they don't have that, I find myself getting randomly sniped by a laser from the side that penetrates through trees, rocks, bushes, and everything, and it kind of like hits me and makes no sense. I get so mad when it happens. But overall, I have to say I'm really enjoying the end game, and as far as everything else goes, I'm gonna continue to play the game, see what DLCs come out, and see if they improve. I know that they're planning on improving survivability because they noticed that it's worse since the last patch, which is notably so. Unless you're one of the dudes out there selling runs or I'm not going to go into that. But all right, guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll catch you guys later.